as a player, like what would you say like what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Like
My strengths are probably that I know when to trade
okay,
or when to get out, but it's kind of ish in that game to be honest. Like in the Lucian game, it's gonna be
a lot
way
better. Okay.
a lot better. Um, I'm pretty good at CSing the laning phase. In the later stages of the games, I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to get better at it.
Uh-huh.
Um, what would be
Mm. There's things like do you think you're pretty good at building? Do you think that you're
what do you mean by building?
like building items for different situations, or do you
Oh
just do
yeah,
the same thing every game?
no no I do know how to diverse my build depending on the game and everything.
Okay. Do you think like your macro is pretty good, or are you more like a mechanics, player?
Uh,
I mean, ideally
I
you're
think
both,
that my
but
rotation is pretty good,
okay.
but sometimes the thing is I trust my teammates too much,
Okay.
and so I follow them, and so I die.
All right.
So that
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
something.
yeah. Um, we're going the long way. That's fine. Mhm. All right. So, Blitzcrank Jin versus Kai'Sa Senna. Before you go into the lane, I'd say it's like a good idea to like take into consideration like how do you win this lane as Blitzcrank Jin?
Yeah.
How do you?
Well, you probably pick Senna because she is the like for example, Blitzcrank grabs Senna
Yeah.
and then get a kill or a good trade,
Mhm.
and then Kaisa probably will try and trade too. But Jin as an ADC loves either really long trades or really short trades.
Okay. So your objective is to just land a Blitzcrank hook on. You could probably land it on Kai'Sa or Senna. It's just Kai'Sa can dodge with her E, but that's only once
Yeah.
she gets her E. Um,
Mhm.
and a lot of Kaisas go Q then W and then E generally. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have like a good amount of time to get a good clean hook. So so
All
you
right.
should always just be ready watching your Blitzcrank. If you like you see him have a hook opportunity, you should already be moving forward. Like
All right.
once you get your W at level 2, then you can look for good kills. Um,
All right. Perfect.
whereas like let's say we're playing Kai'Sa and how do we win?
Uh, well, they try and get me because if they get me, Blitzcrank can do anything
Hmm.
against both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, so Kai'Sa Senna, they're more focused on, especially with Senna, she's gonna be focused on punishing and poking you down. All right.
Yeah.
And so if
Mhm.
Blitzcrank wastes his Q and he doesn't have hookup, then they're free to just sort of like walk up and auto you. So when your
Yeah,
Blitzcrank
yeah.
doesn't have hook, you need to make sure that you're being careful of Senna
All
um,
right. Perfect.
poking you down. So I'd say this is a pretty good lane for you guys. And they don't have very much jungle pressure to follow up.
Hmm.
Um, but looks like they get to lane a little bit early. Um, we sort of do a small mistake over here, but they don't punish you for it. So right here we're walking up really far, but what's our objective
Okay.
here? What?
Well, to get the CS.
But this is already dead. So right here the
Okay. Yeah.
Kai'Sa and Senna should just auto you, and you would take like
Okay.
a
Yeah.
higher damage. So while they don't punish you in this instance, like that would be something that could happen. Um, So make sure we're walking up with a purpose, and like if that purpose is to last at this minion when it's lower, then that's fine. It's just uh, this time I didn't really see what we were going for. All good. We can. So now we've secured the level 2 push. If we keep autoing, we gotta trade with the Senna when she walks up. I think it's fine to just
All
force
right.
shot and trade the soul. We could even force shot queued her. That would have been pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
so a little bit of weird trading. So right here, we can look for level 2. You ping your Blitzcrank in, and you guys just walk in. We don't really abuse our level 2 at all. Do you see that? Do you see
Yeah.
what happened? Oh man. So let's watch this again. So do you know how many minions it takes to hit level 2? It's okay if you don't. Oh, did I DC? Hello?
No, IDC.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
for, I forgot I was downloading on Steam. I just
okay,
paused the download.
okay.
My bad.
All good. um, did you hear my question?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Do you know how many minions it takes to hit level 2 as a bot laner?
It's 9, no?
Yeah, it's the first wave and then the next three melee creeps. All
And
right.
3 melees, yeah.
Yeah. So what we can know with that information is this creep gets us level 2.
Is
Okay.
it gives us level 2, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas they have to kill like this melee and this melee because one caster doesn't give enough. Okay. Because
Yeah.
casters give less XP. Okay. So
Mhm.
so when we know that this is our level 2, you need to be
Blitzcrank
pinging,
should
but
already be up.
yeah, but also you should be up. So
Hmm.
so part of playing with someone in the bot lane is like you have to give each other confidence. Like the Blitzcrank, if
Yeah.
he doesn't see you walk up, he's not gonna want to walk up because then he's
Oh,
just
for
gonna get
sure.
hit. So you need to start pinging that you're gonna go in because we could have got a really good trade here. Like let's watch. All right. So we're gonna hit level 2 off this. We shouldn't waste our Q because we could have used it for the trade. Um,
Yeah, keep it for Q auto Q
yeah,
auto.
yeah, yeah. And then like they're just like not even respecting level 2. Like they
Yeah.
respected now that you hit level 2, but they didn't respect that you could have walked up as you were hitting 2. So
Hmm.
that's like a really important thing as bot lane because if they do have to respect and they have to play further back, you can zone her off this and this. So that's just like a big advantage that you can get very easily.
All right.
And then we sort of just waste our W. So what happens if Blitzcrank hits a hook now? We don't have our
Okay.
W
Yeah.
up. So
Mm.
we want to make sure that we're saving our W for like our win condition because our win condition is Blitzcrank hook into our W into his E. All right.
All right.
So only use thing like your W when it's gonna be a high value.
All right.
All right. I'm not gonna focus on the jungler this much this game. But
He's not my usual jungler. Like,
no,
this
no, no, no.
jungler is supposed to be my mid laner,
They're
and then
they're
the mid
they're
laner is
they're
supposed
they're
to be top
jungler. They're
laner.
jungler. We'll talk about that in the Lucian
Oh,
game.
they're jungler.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just focus on just the lane.
Well, there's one thing that I know I should do is like when I push the lane, I should have at least a ward in the dry bush to know if
Not
the
all the
jungle came.
time. Not all the time, but yeah, I mean generally, yeah. Uh, okay, that's fine. Your Blitzcrank's playing very scared. uh,
Yeah, he is.
yeah. Okay, so now he just used his Q. Okay, unfortunate that
Mhm.
he used
So
it and it
we
was
we
never gonna
should
hit.
just back up.
So if they walk at you, okay, then you have to back up. Okay, until they walk
Hmm.
at you, like what they should do is they should be more positioned here now. Okay. But
Okay.
if they don't do that, then you don't have to back up. But you know,
Mhm.
you just sort of mirror their movements and stay a farther enough range. Okay.
Yeah.
But just know Blitzcrank hooks it's still on cooldown for another like 15 seconds. So they have
Yeah.
15 seconds to do something. But it looks like they're not going to do anything. So you know,
It's all
it's
right.
fine. Yeah. But if they do, you'd have to back up and know that your Blitzcrank can't do anything.
All right.
Your Blitzcrank's not using his relic shield stacks. Kind of funny.
He's not like as experienced as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
player as the four of us are.
yeah. That's all good. Just also like if you're in comms with him, it could just be
Yeah.
like try don't necessarily try to micromanage him, but like let him know like
Yeah.
use your stacks so we can get your quest complete. Uh, nice Q. Oh, I barely didn't get the last hit.
Yeah.
All right, so right here, do you know why this lane position's you know it's not the worst, but do you know why this is like scary and why you're having to play back?
Well, because they're freezing, and then I'm getting I'm not that like
Yeah.
secured.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
so
safe, more than
so
secured.
so if the jungler comes, it's easier to gank you because he can wrap
Hmm.
around you. Okay. And so if we have the lane locked in this position, it also makes it hard for Blitzcrank to land a hook, and then you be able to get a kill
Yeah.
because he lands the hook and then she flashes like here, and then she's very close to her tower. All right.
Yeah.
So when you have like a Blitzcrank, you either want to push it all the way into tower so you can fish for hooks at tower. All right. because then like it's
Yeah,
harder
yeah.
for them to retaliate because they have no minions usually, or you want to like keep it in the middle of the lane. So that's just even that's the case for most hook supports. But it's sometimes hard for them to make plays if it's in the tower as well.
Hmm.
Uh, but just keep that in mind. So ideally you just try to get this under tower, but it looks like they're gonna push back, so that's fine as well. And then we also have to take into account we're getting a little bit low on mana, so we need to be using our
Yeah.
Qs probably a bit more efficiently.
I don't think I do use it more efficiently, to be honest.
Do you
I
go
think I just use it to farm, so farm and try and poke sometimes. But
So there we use our W again. Blitzcrank actually could have gone for a hook on that one. Okay, right here. Auto Q. Nice. Good job. Okay. That's about as good as we can do. We ping send us flash. Alright. Do you know when flash comes up?
well, 5 minutes after
Yeah, yeah.
after it,
So 9:45 send a flash, okay?
yeah,
And then it might even be 5%. She might have the 5%, so it could be like 9:30 or something. But
yeah.
9:45 is a pretty good timer. So now that means that you guys have a lot of pressure once he gets his hook back up. Like he can
Hmm.
literally flash and E the Senna and then ignite her, and she probably dies. So uh,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. So we have to keep that in mind. So we need to make sure that if he does go for that play, like say this is solo queue and you don't know what he's gonna do, like if he goes for that play, we have our
Hmm.
Q and W to follow up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um. Wait. Let me back up real quick. Okay. It don't really matter. All right. What should you be thinking about right now? Do you know?
Freezing. I should be freezing right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. You could have kept this wave here. Do you know why that would have been good?
Well, because I would be safe,
Yeah.
firstly, and then Ramus is just in the river
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah. So
so it could have been a good gank for him.
yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back 5 seconds. So this is all because earlier Kaisa had, pushed the wave. So if we just we don't push this, we hold this here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like we're in
would
a
have been
really,
a good freeze.
really good position for us. Like they just warded this bush over here, okay? But that's like
Yeah,
fine because they still like Rammus is fast and he can still like run through the ward if they're playing too far up. We know Seta
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have flash; they're super vulnerable. So if we just last hit these creeps and not push, we're in a super good spot. Um, so like a thing I would say to you is like when you're auto tagging and you're not last hitting, like you have to have a reason why.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
yeah,
so like if you're trying to push and you want to get your recall, because you want to get your BF sword or something, that makes
yeah.
sense. But maybe the better place since you have Rammus nearby is to freeze there.
It is to freeze, and then they're
Yeah,
gonna they're gonna go up, and then Ramus is just going to wrap around them.
yeah, yeah. So,
And I don't think they have vision at this point, to be
yeah,
honest.
they only have it. They only had a ward at least here probably.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So, now they have sent a W down. If you guys know where the enemy jungler is, you can actually just like all in right here. But
Yeah, but we don't actually know where he is,
yeah,
sadly.
but if you do, or if you even don't, you can still, if you are in comms with your team, you could tell Rammus to come down, and then just as
Yeah,
as
to
he's as
for a
he's
counter
running through
gank.
this, yeah, counter gank or just a gank, and then Blitzcrank runs
Hmm.
up. You could tell him literally to flash and press E on Senna, and then hook her, and she would die. So.
True.
Uh, when people don't have flash and you're playing against like Thresh, Blitzcrank, Nautilus, all these different things, then like all in sports Leona, then it's like very easy to kill them. You just have to worry about
Hmm.
if the jungler's there. So now we're in like around the same position that we were talking about before, where it's hard for
Yeah.
Blitzcrank to land a hook. Also, it's like we're vulnerable to ganks. So
Hmm.
we wanna try to prevent this position.
Well, here, since the lane is pushed, I should have probably warded the river
Yeah,
at least,
this
or the
yeah.
tri
If
bush.
if we are in this position, then yeah, warding here is definitely gonna be a good idea. We use our last bit of Q, or last bit of mana on that Q. So now we're completely oom. So now we're going to be looking for a recall. Um, that was good.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't think I recalled here.
Oh no.
Well,
So the lane's still stuck in this position. So if they're good, they
yeah.
just last hit these, okay? But it looks like she's gonna like Q or
Mm.
something. All right. So if she was good, since you're out of mana, it's very hard for you to push this in, and she just sits there and last
Yeah, she
hits.
would have
Yeah.
just froze there,
hmm
and then Chaco come.
Looks like you guys will probably get out. Um,
Yeah, yeah, we get
oh,
out
and
with.
you kill her. Yeah. See,
Yeah,
just
no,
the hook
she
on
she
her. And,
doesn't die though.
oh, okay, close. Yeah, you could have flashed to kill her. It probably would have been
You think
worth it.
so? Even
Yeah.
though,
Yeah, for sure. Let's watch.
yeah, because I wouldn't have died. Like
Yeah. So,
I
so
would
right
have been
here,
safe.
right here, you have to know that they still have heal because they hadn't used it yet. So even
Yeah, yeah.
even right here after reactionary, you could start walking backwards and then just flash, right click her, and then flash.
Flash
Yeah,
right click. Yeah.
yeah. So
Mm.
his box is down, his Q is down, her W is down. She's not going to do enough damage to kill
Yeah,
you.
they don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst
True.
comes to worst, you also have heal, but you probably don't even need to use that.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, a small thing is that you maybe should have used your health potion as Shaco was going for the gank, just in case.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if it was a close call, like say you got out with this much HP, like if you'd use your potion,
It
you'd
would.
be at like that HP by now. So,
Yeah, it would have been better
hmm
than just 150 HP, for
yeah,
example.
but yeah, you could have got the skill here. And I think it's good to use your flash for that opportunity.
All right,
Uh,
perfect.
but I think going B here is good because they're gonna try to push out, and you'll be able to get back in time.
Mhm.
Um,
So yeah, here the thing is, I want to try Man Immune,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then get boots.
yeah,
No,
yeah, I will.
okay,
I
okay,
I just
okay. Yeah,
I just realized it.
yeah. We just need to be a little bit faster on buying because if she does push us to die, we want to make sure that if we can hold a freeze here, if we get there in time, we can actually just hold a freeze there. So
Yeah.
um, it's like the small things that can get you back to the lane in time. All right. So what should we try to do in this spot? Okay. We just saw something on the minimap too.
Well, Shaco is coming bot side.
Yeah, Shaco's over here, walking this way, or towards your blue. I'm not sure.
Well, I pinged it.
Okay.
I am the one that pinged it. Like,
Okay.
like if you look at the chat.
Yeah. So, but what should you try to do here? Kaisa hasn't gone B yet. So
Well, we could try and get Kaisa, or we could actually freeze it near our
yeah,
turret.
yeah. There's two plays you could do. Okay. You could freeze it right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, or you can hard shove. Okay. Both of these put Kaisa in a bad position, but if you hard shove, Shaku can go for a gank once Senna comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd say
So
probably the better one would be to freeze here.
yeah.
But also, if you hard push, then it forces Kaisa to have to miss a wave, and you can get tower damage and
Hmm.
probably a plate or two.
True.
Um, but since since Rammus is playing topside right now and Shaco is over here, I'd say freezing here is going to be the better play.
All right.
So what you should try to do is you should try to walk up to this wave and try to start thinning it out. Do you know what I mean by when I say thinning it out?
No.
Okay, so right now they have like a big wave. It's hard to see it all. Okay,
Hmm.
but here maybe I'll play it for a little bit. See, okay. They have a big wave. Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if we sit here and try to tank these creeps, we're gonna like lose like all of our like half of our HP. Okay, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if we try to like use our Q and W now to sort of start like dealing damage to them, maybe we can get it down to like three casters in the cannon. Okay, and that could
Hmm.
still be used to freeze right here. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so your goal should just be to try to kill some of the creeps enough to that still hold a freeze.
Okay.
And you can tell your Blitzcrank to tank here as well. But we don't take that much damage, so it ends up being fine. And then here you just don't want to auto. You just want to last it.
Hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went
yeah.
over the same thing before. But if you've already made this decision and this mistake, say you're like supports Brand and he W's the wave, you just need to hard shove now. Use all your spells to
Yeah,
hard
hard
shove.
shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Well, one of the game I played yesterday was a misfortune game
mhm.
with one of my friend, and he was playing Bren exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the wave management was really good in that game too.
Okay. So looks like you'll be fine. So our objective here is we want to deny Kaisa farm because she had a really bad recall.
Yeah, yeah,
She should actually be punished so heavily for that recall. Like she should be
yeah.
down
Miss at least like
20 CS or something for that recall. But it looks like she's
okay,
probably yeah she's probably gonna be able to catch like all but maybe like three of these honestly.
3 melees. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like we even here like we need to just be autoing and queuing. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, but it looks like she's already back. She didn't miss like anything. So that was like an opportunity where if you're against like a challenger player, this Kaisa would like that would be like she would be like so behind now, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh no, I think that's the. You can just play, but I think it's like one of the worst plays I did this game so far.
okay, 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 and
Oh
she's
yeah, it
dead.
is. No, she isn't. That's the problem. And
Oh,
then I just go forward, and then Kai'Sa ults, and then I flash.
all right. Let me watch this again. So here we use our W. Perfect time for a W. Do you know the mistake that Senna made?
She walked in the straight line.
Uh,
Firstly.
well, yeah, but she wasn't watching her own minions, okay? Because
Oh
when
yeah,
you're playing
yeah,
against Blitzcrank, you could hide behind your own minions, but then you kill her all her minions, then she's too far up. All right.
yeah, yeah.
So then it allows like even if you hit the W and she's behind minions, you guys can't do anything unless you flash in.
Hmm.
Um, but since you have no minions, then she's an easy hook after you land your W. After you land your W. All right. So we land the hook. All right. Auto. And then why are we walking like backwards? All right. Like that's what we had
I
to
don't
wonder.
actually know.
All right,
I
because
don't
we,
actually
we
know.
are reloading, okay? We are
Hmm.
reloading, but like we have our Q coming up, and we want to make sure that we're in range. We know she didn't have flash; she didn't have it till 9:40,
Yeah.
and then we know they don't have heal, so we just need to be in range for when our Q comes up. Um,
Okay.
and so yeah, like playing against Senna, like, and you probably don't haven't played against her like as much as other champions since she's newer,
Hmm.
but like even
Do you know if the Q bounces, for
uh,
example, on Kai'Sa? Does it bounce
It
on
it
Senna even though
actually it
she's in Q?
actually would. I'm
Okay.
99% sure it would because if you queue a minion and they're in the bush, I think it hits them, right?
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it would hit. But regardless, like say you couldn't target her, like you should be moving closer because you win that fight, okay?
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
if you,
yeah.
by the way, if you kill her, you hit level 6. All right, and you probably win the
Okay. Yeah.
win the one
I
v two.
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have died.
Yeah,
And
she,
I just chased. I should have just well queued Kai'Sa in the first place
yeah,
to kill Senna
yeah.
at the same time.
But Shaco was down here, so it was a little bit dangerous. But
Yeah.
I think you guys definitely could have killed Senna and got out. Um,
We could have probably even killed Kai'Sa if I killed Senna, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. You just had to wonder if Shaco could have been there
Because
faster.
even when I died, like Kai'Sa was kind of low,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and
All
I'm
right,
running Triumph, so I would have got more
all
HP
right.
out of it.
So what are we doing right now for the last like 10 seconds or so?
What are we doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing in this game? Okay, you're checking the scoreboard. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. You're
Mhm.
checking what items they have. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh huh. What else can you do in this time?
Well, I could charge my tier, but I don't think that's
No,
the
no,
answer.
no, no, no. So like even though you're the AD carry and you're not expected to roam as much, like we could still look mid, we could still look top. Like, uh oh, oh God, one second. Why did my Discord restart? Do do do. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
My
Yeah.
Discord just like restarted. So
Okay.
I don't know why. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Um.
Okay, so
All
yeah,
right.
so I should try and roam right here, even though like
No, no,
the
no, no,
wave
no, not
is
not Rome,
okay.
not Rome. You want to definitely catch this wave bot, all right? but what is happening mid? Okay, what is happening top? All right,
Okay,
these
yeah,
are
just looking at what's happening.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, because what happens if Yasuo freezes this wave, and what happens if Zed freezes this wave? Okay, do you know what
Yeah.
happens?
Well, Rammus has two gank, gank opportunities.
Yeah, Ramus has two gank opportunities, so he's more likely to go here and here. Okay, and
Yeah,
then
so
and then
I would be
could
more left
could
out.
could Shaco gank when they're frozen? No. Okay,
No.
and so Shaco's only place to go bottom after that. All right,
Okay,
so
yeah.
so just like getting the lane state of what's going on. Is Zed about to kill the Ziggs? All this different stuff. Like, say even if we like see Ziggs uses ulti. Okay,
Mhm.
then we know that Ziggs can't use his ulti bottom. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So instead of just walk, like I think it's good that you check to the lane early. You did it again and you check the lane, but
Yeah.
also just like let's not just like lock screen on our character and walk back to lane. We could be getting information here, and then
Mhm. Yeah,
different
yeah.
areas. Right. So a small thing that you could have done here is you could have tried for it. So once again, this Kaisa's getting like a really good recall when she probably
Yeah.
when she this time is a little more acceptable for her. But
Mhm.
let's see. Okay, if we're looking at this, okay, if you're Kaisa, what are you doing here? So you get the plate, all right? If you're
Yeah.
Kaisa, and you're walking away, all right?
Mhm.
You're walking away. You're walking away. You see her. You see her path, like if you look at the minimap, like a little bit like
Yeah, yeah.
that. All right.
Towards the turret.
Yeah. And so, what happens if you interrupt her recall?
Well,
Do you
she
know?
has a bad recall.
Yeah, yeah. So if she interrupts her recall, she has a bad recall. So I think right here, even though you guys like just died, you could still be walking forward a little bit like more. Like you should be positioned here, and then last hitting the
Mhm.
creep, and then trying to find her to stop her recall. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
maybe using your W and like your traps to check bushes or something. And
Yeah, yeah.
if you could stop her recall, you could literally deny her all six of these minions on like unless she stays. And then if she stays, then she didn't buy items. So then you're in a really good
So
spot
she's
again.
weaker.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
um, that's just like the Kaisa should be punished for staying for this last plate that was here.
This plate, yeah.
Yeah. All right. But it looks like she's probably still about to recall. Like she could be in like this middle bush down here probably.
Mhm.
And she probably has like 2 seconds left on her recall.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe we could have stopped her. Like maybe she recalled right now, and maybe we could have stopped her. All right.
Mhm.
And that's like a very small thing. Like you could literally just hit one W on her, and that's like a huge lead that you can get from that.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Because
right.
she would
Yeah.
either had to have
Yeah,
to
and
miss
she just
like
got a double
six
kill.
minions.
Yeah. So she's like
Yeah.
sitting on probably like 1.5k gold, maybe more.
Does she have a double kill? I think she only had.
Oh,
I don't
did she
think
not? Did she
Blitzcrank
not
died.
kill Blitzcrank? Okay, she just got you then. All right. Well, she got one. All right. So here, pushing to the tower is fine. We have to think about what do we want to do with this wave? Do you know?
Uh, well, do we want to clear it or do we want to?
What do you think?
Well, I think I'd clear it. Like if I was in that position, I'd try and clear it
Okay.
to have like.
So I think clearing it can somewhat be fine, but we don't know where Shaco is. He's not showing top. We're making a play
Mhm.
top. Ziggs is about to have a roam timer. We should check Ziggs, see how much mana he has. If Ziggs has
Yeah,
mana, maybe he goes for the roam bottom and can kill you. So if you
yeah,
keep
yeah,
pushing, maybe you're putting yourself in a bad situation to get ganked. All right. So
yeah, yeah.
generally how it goes is, if you're making a play top side, that's called your strong side, okay? And then
Mhm.
on the contrary, like if you're making the play top, then that's your strong side, then that makes this side the weak side. All right.
Okay, yeah.
So say this wasn't a Ziggs and say this is like a Kiana. There's a chance the Kiana runs to try to counter gank this, but also there's like a
A
good idea.
chance that she comes
Yeah,
by.
yeah. There's a chance she comes bot here. Okay. Uh,
Mhm.
so so with this wave, we can set up a freeze pretty easily. But also we could just hard shove it. but there's two different like avenues to go through. Um, um, it's debatable which one is the best. Obviously, I think Shaco would be top side by now because he was bot side for so
Yeah,
long. Um, but
and Yasuo died because of Quinn, I think right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm not sure. Didn't didn't see it.
All right. So here would be a good time. Every time you push in the wave, you have to be thinking about like, what am I getting? Okay,
Hmm.
okay, we push in this. All right, are we gonna be able to hit the tower? We don't know where Shaco is. So what else can we do
Yeah.
in this? What else can we do after we push this? Like right
Oh
here.
well, we could try and get vision around
Yeah,
in the river and
yeah.
our bud side jungle, or even their bud side
Yeah,
jungle.
we can look to probably clear this pink ward or control ward if they have one here, or we could
Yeah.
like get like a ward behind the dragon pit or like do something.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
because it takes them a while to kill the cannon. All right. Um, and so we don't really use our roam timer. All right. If you play mid ever
Hmm.
and you like push in the wave, generally you don't go for like tower plates unless like your
Yeah. Yeah.
zigs and can't roam as good, but you look for roam timers. Like the same thing's true for bot lane, all right? If you can't get, hit the tower at all, you look for roam timers, maybe you actually have an opportunity right here to run up here and like ulti zigs,
And
right?
ki- yeah, and kill
It sounds
Ziggs.
kind of crazy, but
Right.
like if Ziggs sits here and like auto attacks the tower, like you could probably just kill him with Zed and with your ult and W.
Hmm.
All right. But
And Zed.
we're not even looking for that play. Like that could be a play that could work. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we go get vision here, but it's just like a little bit late. We could have done it a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we
And that
misclicked.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah. It's all
yeah
right. It's all
that was weird.
right. It's all right. It's all
Like I think what happened was like I clicked out of my range
right.
and then I dragged it
Yeah,
in my range.
yeah, yeah. I'm
So
sure. I'm sure that's like the minority of the time that you do that. So
oh yeah,
yeah,
it was the first time it happened
yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
So I'm not that worried about it. But like if that keeps happening, then maybe like look at your keybinds or something.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. All right. We have a gank coming in.
Yep.
We can look for the W. Nice. She's dead. Sweet. We can R. Yeah. I think she's dead. Okay. Nice. Perfect. Nice. So, do you know why the Zed was able to come
Why does it was able to what?
to come bottom?
Well, cause Ziggs isn't there.
Yeah. So Zig stays mid. This is actually isn't like insanely good for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess Zed knew that Ziggs is gonna recall here. Okay. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
so he
Well, it
makes it
probably
somewhat risk.
poked him out or something.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is we don't know. Like unless he told you in
Yeah.
comms, like we didn't look
No, he
mid.
didn't.
All right. We didn't look mid. All right.
Yeah.
Um, and so say Ziggs stays here because he has Zed warded, and like this play doesn't work out, then Ziggs just hits the tower and like it's like two plates. So then he's almost in Ziggs W range to kill the tower.
Yeah.
So this
Hmm.
play could have turned out badly if they had it warded, but it turned out okay. Uh, but
And
but
they got aggressive. They got
yeah,
aggressive because Shaco was near too.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
when Kesa just comes like at right there.
Yeah.
Kesa just goes
And Shiva walks up
and
right
to
here
try,
into yeah.
and then she's dead.
So something I'm noticing consistently is that right here, right here is like, we're going to win this fight. Zed should already be moving, but that's
Hmm.
beside the point. Like we're winning this fight, we shouldn't be clicking back, okay? We need to be
Yeah.
clicking forward, all right?
Okay. Yeah.
Unless like we expect like their jungler to be right here and like
Well,
kill me.
I expected Kai'Sa to try and cue me, so I wanted to.
But regardless, as playing the AD carry, like you're
Hmm.
somewhat you have to somewhat bait for your team sometimes because like they're always gonna want to
True.
kill you first. Um,
Yeah, because you're a high value target,
yeah,
anyways.
yeah, and so walking up here is always gonna be infinitely better. We don't need to back up between our autos. All right.
Mhm. And I still end up getting hit by the W,
Yeah, yeah.
anyways, like Senna's W.
That was a good snipe. Uh, it turns out well. So now our objective is just to push this as fast as we can.
And probably you try and get turret, right?
Um, you can get a few plates, maybe like two, but do you know the term tempo?
Well, I do. I
Okay,
do know the term tempo.
all right. So what by staying and hitting like all the way to these plates, what happens?
Well, we lose our tempo.
Yeah, you lose your tempo because they're gonna be back here, like
They're gonna be
they're gonna
back,
be
and then
here. Yeah, and so then
my strength is low and
you're
everything.
gonna have to find a time to recall, and then if the Kais is good, she's gonna use her W to stop you, and they're gonna run at you, all this different stuff. So I'd say getting one plate is somewhat okay.
Hmm.
Um, but even
Well,
then, they've already respawned, so you have to be thinking
mhm.
about how can I get back to lane like similar to the time where I won't miss anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think getting one plate even is like a little bit scary to go for because if you lose tempo here,
Okay.
then you're gonna lose minions to the tower. It also gives Senna a roam timer. Maybe if it was like a Thresh or something, it'd be more scary. If
Hmm.
Dragon was up, you'd be giving up Dragon, but Dragon's obviously down. Um, but yeah, so
Well, I think it's the perfect example because I think I end up staying.
okay. So after this one, we no matter what should recall. Okay.
Yeah.
But notice you
Hmm.
only get 60 gold. Like it's not even like that great. Like you do like this
Yeah.
much tower damage, you get 60 gold. Like are we gonna lose more minions than 60 gold? That's like three melee minions and the XP.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 to 2 melee minions of value.
Hmm.
So is it worth it? I don't know. Um,
I don't think so.
yeah. So we definitely at this point are overstaying.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
because they're gonna be back in about like 5 to 10 seconds. Um,
And I end up staying for the
yeah,
wave too.
yeah,
Well, I wanted to hard push because I wanted to back after.
yeah.
So that was the
She's
thing.
gonna
But
ulti in. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I
And then
think you
I'm dead
lose
too.
this now. Yeah, and so she has items on you too. So not
Yeah,
not
she
only are
does
you
because she
weak because
backed.
you have the tier, but then she also has you have 2k gold to spend, so you for sure lose
Yeah,
the fight.
true.
Um, but yeah, so so I think like a consistent thing here is that like your your recalls and like the enemy recalls, you're letting them get away with like easy recalls, and then you're like not taking your good recalls, right?
Hmm.
And hopefully
Yeah, yeah.
when you go over the Lucian game in a second, because this lane phase is almost done, then hopefully we can like see if that happens again.
Yeah.
Because that could be something that we could take a look at that you could improve on a lot. Definitely would be good to buy a controller here. I think you had enough. Um,
I think
uh,
I did. Yeah,
yeah, but
I probably did.
we'll take a look at the Lucian game now.
All right, perfect.
Is this one right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And I think it was a difficult laning phase in my opinion
Okay.
because I was against an Aphelios and a Malphite,
Oh.
so I never played that lane
Yeah,
before, like
yeah,
Malphite
I haven't
Aphelios.
either. I wonder
So
if
it
they've
was kind
ever
of
played
weird
that lane.
in the beginning, but I like you'll see. I tried to trade with the Malphite when he comes to Q me,
Mhm.
and then like the first two or three Qs I don't do it, but after I
Yeah.
get to it, and
All right. So like when you're playing Alistar, Lucian versus Malphite. Okay, Malphite, Aphelios. Like obviously you haven't played against Malphite support maybe ever, but
well, probably one or two
one
games
or two times.
max.
Okay, you have to think about like how does Aphelios Malphite win?
Well, they poke me out pretty much,
Yeah, they poke you out. He uses his Q, all right, and just tries to poke you with Comet.
and Aphelios uses his sniper Q.
Sniper, yeah. And then once he gets his gravity gun, he sets up a route. Maybe he gets a gank with
Hmm.
Trundle or something. All right, and then like Lucian Alistar. All right, when do you guys spike? Like when are you guys strong?
Level 2.
Level two and then like level three. Alistar's like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's pretty good level two, but then he's also like super good level three.
Well,
Right?
yeah, with is he and everything.
Yeah. So I think you guys should like this level one might be pretty hard for you guys, but
Mhm.
I think after that, like if you guys get all ins instead of letting yourself get poked down, it shouldn't be as hard of a lane. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll see what happens. Then your Alistair also took Guardian, so that's not very good. Um, Alistair
Oh,
like
you should go
you
aftershock, right?
yeah you always you like that's one of the champions that like desperately needs aftershock.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Um, but we could take that into consideration. You know, it helps against the poke a little bit, but it makes our
I
all in
think
a
I
little
missed
bit
my word
weaker.
here. Like, to be honest, I think yeah, exactly. Um,
Wait, the same thing happened. Do you know
I
why it's
know, but like,
happening?
huh?
Do you know why it's like? Do you know why it's happening or?
To be honest, I don't like. That was the second time it ever happened
Yeah.
to me, and like, it's the two games you're watching me.
Yeah.
So like,
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, if it happens
Minions have
again, like
spawned.
you should definitely like maybe it's something wrong with your mouse. Maybe the key is too close
yeah,
to
well,
something.
I'm using like a macro on my mouse to ward,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like,
yeah.
it never did this to me before, so
So, what's one thing that we could improve already besides the word?
um, well, getting vision in the top side of the our jungle.
Okay, well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I guess besides the word is we could stand right here. Do you see, or we can go back. Well, it's hard to go back
okay,
on the
yeah,
low replays, but you could stand
yeah.
a little bit out of the bush, and you could see if they're coming this way or this way. All right. And
Okay, yeah.
then, and then you don't take your Q, until you're ready to leash. Okay. Because say they invade
Oh,
you and
yeah.
like TF flashes on you,
I'd prefer AVE
yeah,
than
you would
Q.
want to E over this wall and live. All right. Because
Yeah, yeah.
then otherwise you have to use your flash, and it's much
Mhm.
better to start E. Starting E on Lucian is even like that bad. All right.
True.
So I'd say like especially when you're playing a champion with like mobility or CC, like don't level up your spell until like you need.
What do you think about leashing Shaco? Because
Yeah, I think
I know
I think
my
it's good.
jungler. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my jungler always wants a leash, but we're like, eh, you could do it like alone without taking any damage. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think good Shakos they also set up boxes like here and like here or
Yeah,
something to get
to
raptors
get
next.
mhm.
And so then he needs to leash on red. So, but I don't think he did that this game. But if he does three boxes, you probably don't need to leash him. But um,
But yeah, that's it. That was just a question
yeah, yeah.
on my part.
All right. So we've sort of gone over how they win. They're gonna poke you out. At 6, they can look for all-ins, but otherwise, you guys win all-ins at like level 2 and 3.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So here we already used our Q. Do you notice something with our Q?
Do I notice something with RQ?
Yeah. Here, let me rewind a little bit. All right.
Well,
All
I
right.
used it to clear like the melee minions.
All right. All right. So if we're saying like our Q has value, like what's the best value we can get with our Q?
Well, get the three melee minions, yeah,
Yeah. Well, even
or
better.
keep it for a trade.
Even better. Like, what's the best value we can
Even
get?
better.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The best, the most. Okay, if we're trying to
Oh,
push, the best
poke.
thing you could use it for is last hit and see, like last hit and poke, and you hit both of them. Like that would be the
Yeah,
best
exactly.
Q
Yeah, yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So if we use our Q and it like just hits, um, like let me
The
hit
minions.
play. If it just hits the minions, um, then like that's like a very low value Q. I'd say like that's not even worth your mana. Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so like
Yeah,
it might
because Lucian is kind of mana hungry in the
yeah, yeah.
beginning.
So you want to make sure that you're using your mana to poke them and last hit like if it's necessary. Like if you could just last hit these with just your auto attacks and use your Q like now or something, that would have been
Hmm.
more ideal. All right.
Okay, yeah.
So
Cause I could have got poke on both of them right
yeah.
there
So it's sort of
if I kept
similar
Q.
similar thing that we had with Jin is we sort of just used our Q and
Hmm.
I have a feeling that if we keep doing this we're gonna go before like we have a chance to do our all in with Alistar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So right now Alistar's really useless level 1.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he only has pulverize, so.
Yeah, very useless level 1. Nice, okay, so that was fine.
So
Right.
that's what I'm trying to do pretty
Yeah.
much in the laning phase, like just trade with Malphite when it comes to Q, so it's not like a free poke.
Yeah, we sort of missed that one minion. We could have got both of those,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's okay. Alright, but this game I told you we were gonna talk about the jungler more. Fuck, I didn't
Yeah.
hide the mini map.
So we know he started bot side because the ADC
Yep,
and
yep.
support was
Okay, we also have it warded too, so or
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
have
we
it
have it
warded.
warded.
You're right.
Alright. So let's pretend we don't know any of this information, okay? But we know bot leashed, okay? So do
Yeah,
you used to play jungle? So what
I
happens
do.
if you start blue, okay? You know.
Well, for if I played Trundle a bit, so
Mhm.
Trundle is
Mhm.
you pretty much clear every camp without taking any damage,
Ah.
never. Like so, I pretty much do every camp in the order I see it. So I go
You go
blue,
here,
Gromp,
here, here.
blue, Gromp,
Yeah.
Wolf, and then go to the red side jungle.
Okay. All right. But there's something that's usually consistent across all junglers. You know, except for like a very few, is that
Yeah,
they start this side, and then they have to transition over to the red. Okay.
to the red side. Yeah,
Yeah. So we know that we're most likely gonna be safe unless he like does this and wolves and gets level 3 because you can do that now with the new
yeah, yeah,
jungler.
yeah.
All right. Um, but if he doesn't do that, then there's no way he can be bottom. Okay. So we
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
we're safe from ganks, and that top line, like top side, should be scared from ganks. All right. Um, and then also we see him right here. Okay. So very good, pretty good ward. Uh, all right.
Here I'm trying to push, like,
Yeah.
for them not to get a freeze, because I know if they get a freeze, like, it's pretty much doomed for me,
All
because
right.
they have a poke lane.
Did you notice something about the like? Are you guys in a winning position now?
Right now we are not. We aren't.
Okay, but like in the lane, if you just like look at the vacuum of the lane, are you guys like in a good spot? I think you guys actually are. Okay,
Oh, for real?
not necessarily lane position wise, but do you see Malphite's
Mhm.
mana? All right, he's
Yeah,
already
you're
All
right.
right, so if you just use your biscuit here or your health pot, one of them, then you're in a really good spot, and you can almost get to the point where you can zone him off like every minion. All right.
Yeah, right.
Cause he's literally not gonna have it like once Malphite's completely like which is after like one more Q, he like the Aphelios doesn't have a support. Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
so
It's just like a big minion.
yeah, it's just a big minion that can go in and auto attack, and then if he gets in range, he can eat you. Right.
Mhm.
So ideally, right here, what we do is since Aphelios already pushed it, we let the wave come into us, and we just start a freeze. Okay. Do you see how we can do that?
Okay, yeah.
They have
Mhm.
7 minions right now, and we have
Yeah, yeah.
6. All right, so we can set up a freeze that have it slow push into us, but we want to make sure when we're doing that, we're not letting the wave get too big. We want to just thin it out where it's still pushing towards us. Okay. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Only like one or two minions more than my
yeah,
wave.
exactly.
Okay.
Maybe you could do like three casters or something. Is usually like a good
Okay.
rule. There's all his mana. We should definitely be using our
Alistar
potion.
actually tried to go in, I think,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
didn't have the range.
Yeah. So right here we could use our potion because now we're gonna be looking for like opportunities to all in because we're when
Yeah.
you hit three off this melee right here. Okay. So
Like, yeah, right.
um so right here is like you should have already used your potion so that you're full health, and then so like when they walk up to get these CS we can contest them.
Mhm.
All right. So right here, and then we should be full health and walking up here, all right? Because we win this
Yeah,
fight,
yeah.
all right? He's gonna use one Q and do nothing, okay? All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
But regardless, we're gonna have the freeze set up, so we're good in that aspect. Yeah, you take these. Very nice, nice.
But
See
I
how
think
easy
he
that was?
actually ended up dying. Yeah, exactly.
See how easy that was? That was like so easy.
Mhm. And we
And
saw
you
we
guys could have
saw
even done that like you guys could have like saw that play like even before
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
all
But
right.
the big thing I think is I picked Lucian Alistar into Aphelios because I know Aphelios like is big like weakness is all in champions in the early game
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
because he can't really do much. And when we saw Malphite, it was just like okay then, no
Yeah,
support.
yeah. Yeah, especially when he goes in. But like something that we noticed again is that we were not using our potions when we're fighting, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
you're right. Mhm.
so that was like that happened in the Jin game and this game too. Because you know, while it didn't matter in this situation, there's like a ton of situations where it actually does matter.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
For example, if someone ignites me and then
yeah, yeah. You know,
and I
and trying to
yield
go in.
before.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you have to think about what are we gonna do with this lane? We've already started autoing it and pushing it a little bit. All right.
Well, I tried to hard push and then
Mhm.
have a good back right
Okay.
here.
All right. But also we have to remember that when Malphite gets back, he's actually gonna be full mana this time, so he like might be a
Yeah.
champion. Okay. So.
He might be a I like it. I like it.
so if you want to push here, do you know the best way to do it? Is you do the
Well,
opposite.
Alistar.
You do the opposite of thinning it. Is like you thin it, but like you get it so you have more minions. So you like it's called slow
Mhm.
pushing it. Okay. And we wanna
Yeah, yeah,
push it slow so that they can't freeze it. Because if there's you have 15 minions, all right, then they can't just tank the minions. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Does
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense? So if we build up a big minion wave, then we can get in at the tower, get a recall, and then just run back, and then the wave will be pushing back to us. Do you know why that's the case?
I don't actually know, but
All
I
right.
know that it does.
Okay. All right. After this replay, I'm gonna go over that with you.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Um, and we have like another 30 minutes, so uh, then I gotta go.
All right, perfect.
Doo-doo-doo. So here we're using our mana not super well. Uh, that's okay
Well,
though.
that's because I wanted
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to have a hard push.
You're
So
hard pushing, yeah. But even then, if you're going to use like your W, you should try to hit as many things as you can.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so do you know what Ophelia should do here?
Try and contest us because Alistar just used WQ.
Yeah, exactly. The Ophelia should just tank these minions. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that forces
And
you
I
guys to
think he
stay.
does.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
now
he
you're
does.
in a bad spot. So if you
Mhm.
recall here, you're gonna miss like 2 waves. So
Yeah.
at this point you sort of have to recall. But we could have prevented this. All right. The way you prevent this, we'll go back again. Is well, first of all, it's unfortunate our Alistar used this combo, so you can't get it to push in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we could have slow pushed this, and so if we slow push it, he can't tank all these minions because you could just walk up by yourself and just like auto him, and then he has to back up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if we slow push this instead of trying to shove it as fast as we can, then we'd be in a really good spot. Do you know how to tell
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
enemy minion wave is?
It's mirrored to
Yeah,
yours.
yeah. So it's mirrored. So yours is at the tier 2 tower right now. So that means theirs is at the tier 2 tower. So we wanna
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to get this wave crashed after this wave comes. All right. We want this wave
yeah. All
to
right.
hit the tower, not this one. Okay.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
All right. So say if we didn't like push as fast, this next wave gets here. We have another 6 minions on here, and then you walk up and you make sure it hits tower. Perfect. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But now we actually get like
Yeah. Now
a
you
worse
guys
back
are
and.
worse back. You're gonna be down at XP. Um,
Mhm.
We'll see if he messes this up. It looks like he's gonna get stuck in lane. Honestly, it's a common mistake with trying to freeze. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but we'll see exactly what he does. But what like we were doing earlier is like we're walking back to lane. We're checking what's happening. Is TF6 yet? No. What's happening top? Okay. He looks like he's gonna recall soon. All right. What's Shaco doing? He's gonna look for a gank mid. Looks like
Mhm.
TF's playing very
And then
safe.
right now we actually don't know where Trundle is.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'd have to imagine. Um, so
Oh
some
well, we do know it now though, because
We
of
do.
the vision plant.
Oh yeah. Well, we know. I
But
don't. I don't. I don't think you can see it if you're not in spectator. You can see the timer. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong on
oh,
that.
maybe yeah,
But we actually we actually see him right here because he uses
yeah,
the
yeah.
vision thing. So now we know for sure that Trundle is here. All right.
Toronto's bad side, yeah.
Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. All right. So if you're a Aphelios and you got to this position and you haven't recalled yet, what should you try to do?
If you're Philios,
Yeah, if you're a Aphelios.
well, you should probably make a slow push
Yeah.
to get a good recall after that.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna try, like, if we're Aphelios, we're going to try to get a slow push so that you know they have like 15 minions and you can't fight them in that, okay? Then
Hmm.
Malphite will continue Cupo, keep pokes if it's necessary. Then they make it crash the tower, okay? So if you know that's his mission, all right, what can
Yep.
you do to stop this?
Uh, well, we can try and clear the wave as it comes.
Yeah. So you don't want him to build this slow push, okay? Because you want to be able to
Hmm.
punish him before he gets his recall. So this is sort of similar to the situation last game. Is like the enemy ADC has bad recall, and let's see if like we can punish it this time, okay?
Hmm.
Because you definitely he should definitely be able to not get a good recall here. Like you should
Yeah, yeah.
either be able to freeze or push. Either one is good. If you're really scared of Trundle, then you can get the freeze. Uh, but right here, after the Q is gone, you can definitely just be autoing these creeps as much as possible.
I
Right
don't
here.
actually know. I
Okay,
don't
nice.
actually know what Malphite's Q
Nice.
cooldown is.
Nice. Get the auto. Oh, we're
I
misclicking.
think I
Yeah.
flashed. Yeah,
That's okay. Care, he
but I
might
think
win this. He might win this.
yeah he
Oh,
does.
oh no.
He actually does.
Oh
He
no.
gets a double kill. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Oh, do you know how many minions you lose? That's so many.
Hmm.
Then
And then Lissandra just
kills. Oh, she dies actually.
yeah,
Man, that was like
it,
the
that
worst
was
thing.
unfortunate.
Yeah, look how many minions we lost now.
Yeah,
And
you
then
actually lose.
he got his bad recall to work.
To be
And
honest, like when I was playing that game, I wondered why Aphelios had so many CS ahead of me.
yeah,
But
it's this
rewatching it,
spot, yeah.
rewatching it in like in Spectator, I understood it fully now.
Yeah.
And I had a
So
ward. Why didn't I ward in the
oh
bush
yeah, if you
instead of?
warded it, you actually win it too. So something that we messed up here is we obviously misclicked, but do you know something that you could do to just like help that?
Well, A click.
You could A click, but also like if you don't, do you have the target champions only bound?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay. Well, if you target champions only, then you could just right click them here, because I think you might have like were afraid of clicking the minions, because right here.
Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, I thought he was dead.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
why I just backed off, and then he was just out of my range. After I went over to click on him. So yeah.
Yeah. So when you're playing against Aphelios, when he has Chakram, if you go in melee range, he just stays DPS. But yeah, we figured that one out. But yeah, so our objective there, I think going for the kill is fine because I think it should have worked out, and it probably does like 80% of the time, and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
happen.
Well, if I didn't misclick, like,
Yeah.
to
But
get the
just as long as we know
kill.
that we wanted to like freeze this or push this, okay? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
that didn't happen, and he ended up getting away with it. But I think in the future we'll be able to work on that. But yeah, you miss like so much CS here.
I missed one, two, three, I missed like
Yeah, sorry I
12
sped through it.
CS
Yeah.
and even more than.
But see,
Oh my
the
god.
CS is a big deal. Um, but also the XP is you're level 4
The
now,
XP is
and
a big deal.
he's
Yeah.
level 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes XP is worth like even more than the gold because XP is like relevant like when you first like XP is like relevant in the lane, um, like because you can get it dynamically. It's like building Ornn items like in lane.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
like
yeah.
gold, you have to go back and then walk all the way back and then you have your gold. Um, so having an XP lead is even like better than a gold lead in some senses.
Mhm.
Because he's gonna be like level 7 when you guys hit like level 5 maybe. Actually, let me
Yeah.
check. Oh no, you'll be
Because
you'll be level
we're
you'll
gonna
be
be.
level 5, but there is a chance he does hit. Um, so now we're in a pretty bad spot. It's still actually pretty winnable though, because just Malphite doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Until Malphite's 6,
Yeah, once
he
Malphite
doesn't
hits
do anything.
6, then it's a hard time. I like that we hard shove this. We need to make sure this hits tower though.
Yeah.
Alright. So if they freeze this here, then you're in a really bad spot.
Well, I think they do. Yeah.
so so
Well,
so
they do yes and no because it's gonna push back a bit.
yeah, okay,
Because
yeah, that's fine.
they're clearing the wave.
Yeah, they're just clearing it. But let's say he had just last hit that, alright?
Yeah.
You would be in a very bad spot. There's not much you could have done
Oh yeah.
about that. Instead of just like try to pressure him when he was doing that, but that's just
Mhm.
like what happens. We're gonna go over it later. What happens when you push the wave to tower like he did? It always bounces
Yeah.
back. All right. Um, and so that's another advantage of like having the push and then getting your good reset. But it looks like it's pushing back. Oh, I missed that one.
I may be a
Are
bit
we scared of
too
Trundle?
careful about Malphite because we have him warded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I was
so
thinking
I
that
think
maybe
that's
you're
why I'm
scared of
playing.
Trundle, but maybe you're just scared of the Malphite Q-poke.
I'm more scared of the Malphite because we have a pretty good control ward in
Yeah.
bot side.
Do you
So we'd
go
see.
Essence Reaver first on Lucian?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I think
I
do
go
most
Essence Reaver
people
IE.
do most people do Bork then Essence Reaver IE, or am I wrong on that?
I don't know. I saw a lot of Essence Reaver IE,
Okay.
but it may be better going Bork Essence Reaver IE.
Alright. Well, what I was just thinking is like if you have your Vamp Scepter right now, because if you're building into Bork, it works really well into Malphite Q-poke.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's
right.
something to keep in mind.
But I usually really like Essence Reaver for the mana.
The mana, yeah. I feel that. So now they're building a slow push. We can't really do anything about it. Malphite's gonna hit 6, probably pretty soon. Maybe off like the cannon.
Probably.
No, he's still level 5.
He
But
doesn't.
you're about to hit 6 as well. Probably Alistair as well.
Mhm.
And then that's a time while Malphite's not 6. That's a time that you guys can look for an all-in.
Yeah.
A very short time frame. I think Alistair.
But there's
should
one
be
thing
about...
I always mess up is I always underestimate Malphite's damage when he's 6. Like as an ADC, he always one-shots me, like every time.
So what are we doing here?
Well,
what have we been doing?
Well, we tried to create a freeze, but I'm not doing it.
so we have Shaco coming to gank for us. And while this is always gonna push back, this is always gonna push back to them because you're close to your tower, so your reinforcements coming sooner.
Yeah. Minions are going. Yeah.
So this is always gonna push back, but doesn't mean we can't keep this area for longer. Does that make sense? Like, if we just last hit, we can keep this area of like where we're playing here longer, and they obviously feel very uncomfortable with this, so might as well keep them there, keep them uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So we sort of just start autoing randomly when we could just be last hitting, right?
Yeah.
So like I said before, like if we don't have a reason to auto, like besides last hitting, if we don't have a reason to auto, then like we have to figure out a reason. Like why should I auto here? Do I want to push in and like get a recall? Like probably not. Like we're pretty much full health.
No,
We don't have
probably
much
not.
money. Maybe we have both our wards up. It looks like, so maybe we want to push and get wards. Like maybe that's something. You know, all these different things that we can think about. But we have to have a reason on why we're pushing here. All right. So I think right here.
Malphite 6.
Yeah, Malphite 6, but here we actually had to be super careful. They
And
could
then
just one shot
we
you.
we that's exactly why we're so backed up. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
because I think we actually communicated about like Malphite 6. What
yeah,
the fuck do we do now?
yeah. They Malphite R, Aphelios R, and
But
you're just down.
we're going for a 4-man dive.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, this
and
looks fine.
I think I actually end up dying here. Or
Really?
not.
How would you die?
No,
Wow.
no, but it's one play. It's another play, so we get 3 kills there. I
Alright,
think
alright.
it was a very good play by us.
Yeah,
I'm kind
that's
of proud of it.
really good play. Really good play. So we had our mid laner come again. Do you know why our mid laner was able to come? Why? Like
Because
why?
he had a good run timer.
Yeah, it looks like TF just got back from base from what it looks like. All right.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe he stayed in lane.
No,
He
no,
was that man.
yeah. But
All right.
you should have
But
followed. Like he's playing TF. He should have
yeah,
followed
he could have been
Lissandra.
there if like they had more information. But also
And
it's
not
Lissandra was able to come because she has better wave clear than TF. Okay, so
yeah,
So
right.
if we're like looking mid or like we know the mid matchup better, like we can understand like why my mid laner is able to come down and like say we have, TF versus Lissandra, why the Lissandra is able to like come down. But I mean obviously the TF
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
came, but like say it's like Oriana versus Lissandra. Lissandra has like a really good wave clear and then could get into the river first. And if you're in the river first, then
yeah,
like it's scarier for the other mid laner to walk in. So if you have the push mid, then like it's easier to make plays. And if you could set up plays by like keeping the wave here, or you either want to keep the wave here or like set up a dive for your mid laner. Okay, so
yeah.
see either one of those is like the best opportunity for your mid laner to come. All right. And so right here we're gonna push the tower. We're gonna see if we make the same mistake. All right. We're gonna talk about tempo. All right. I think getting this plate is fine, and then we should back off. All right.
I think that's what we actually do.
We can
this
kill
time.
this wave with Lissandra, but if Lissandra here, it's pretty hard to kill this time. We need to make sure our Q is a little bit better. Alright, and then W and then we back up and recall.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Oh no, that's because Shaco was there. Because Shaco was on Drake.
Alright,
And then I'm going on Drake.
so if we wanted to do Drake, we should have taken these plates, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because we're losing tempo, okay? So what's gonna happen is we're gonna help Shaco do this Drake, alright? He actually does need the help, I think. Maybe he doesn't with Smite.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he does. I think he would have died if I didn't.
Well, his Smite
I
will
didn't
heal
think
him,
it.
so I don't know. Alright, but we get
Yeah,
the recall
maybe.
here, okay? Then now what they can do is if they like had this warded or something, then they know that you went to go help. But it looks like Lissandra's actually gonna help you out here.
Yeah,
Oh.
she does, and then Alistar
Oh.
just went mid to hold the wave.
Oh, if she doesn't get this, then it's bad. Okay. Perfect. But if they freeze this, then they're in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But looks like they won't.
They won't.
They
yeah.
should definitely freeze this, and you guys would have lost another wave. So keep that in mind. But this was an opportunity probably for you to go mid. But
Well, I think we actually made the call for Lissandra to go back mid,
okay.
and then for me to go back with Alistar coming back.
Alright. But you just had to think about like, okay, say they did freeze it. Okay, say they're better. They freeze this wave because Lissandra like didn't push it in well enough. All right.
Yeah.
You know, Alistar's mid. What are you gonna do bot lane? Okay, say the wave is all the way up here. You know, Malphite's sitting in this bush.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, are you just gonna like stand here and do nothing?
that would have
so
been pretty much what
obviously you can make the call after they push to go bottom here, but I think my first instinct would be to run to mid and like catch just catch the cannon, all right? Then like regroup with Alistar, then like look to stop the freeze bot lane, all right? All right, but we have a bouncy now. We're 2-1-3.
I'm scared of Malphite. As always.
Yeah, he has his ult up. Nice. Not that bad. Having lifesteal here would be super good in this situation.
Yeah, and I think I should have used my E like to dodge comment instead of just like.
Oh
going
yeah,
out.
of course.
But I think I used it in case he wanted to try an ult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we get our ward.
Because I think right now Malphite could actually pretty much one-shot me with Amplifying Tome and
Yeah,
the blasting one.
once he gets Ignite up, yeah, he definitely just one shot you. um, but you know you have heal, so if you heal before the Ignite, I think you can live. Um, oh, we're just keeping the wave in the middle. I think that's okay. It's sort of hard to push against this Malphite.
Mm-hmm. That was a
Alright.
bad cue.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. So we started pushing again randomly. I went back here. Right. So right here, Aphelios is like he's sort of like pushing the wave. Right. Wait, he does it again. But do you see right here where it was 3 creeps to 2 creeps? You could have just lasted these.
I should. Yeah, right. And then it would have been a slow push towards us.
Yeah, slow push towards you. Shaco's setting up for a gank. It seems they already know the Shaco's here, so this looks like it's already going to be pretty bad. You know, maybe if TF runs over. But you know, we also have Lissandra TP. Looks like we'll get this one to the tower. At this point, we should just definitely look to hard shove this. There's no fixing this wave. If we hard shove it with the cannon, then it's harder for them to tank because the cannon does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But we were still pretty scared of Malphite. But yeah, you guys could just kill him actually.
Well, he actually goes in on me, and then that happens.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of. I think Alistar actually. Yeah.
I think this is actually a somewhat fine play. I think it should have worked out. We can watch it again. So, you know, the auto gets canceled by Alistar. That's fine. We know that Malphite's going to ulti. Okay, that's his only play.
Yeah.
So what can we do differently besides just like flash his ult or something?
Yeah.
So like what can we do differently here? Do you notice something?
Well, try and position differently. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, you could position differently to be here instead of next to your Alistar because that lets Malphite hit 2.
Yeah.
All right. And then you could still be in range. Like you could have been in range when you're over here and be hitting him.
And I could have engaged with my ult instead, like when
Alistar.
got in.
Let me rewind a little bit.
Well, I think it's just bugged right now, but I actually had it.
Yeah. You have it shows it at the bottom left. You have flash heal. I don't.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But so right
so
here.
I think I should have.
W auto, Q auto, and then you know you could try to dodge with your E. But yeah, you don't want to be next to your Alistar. Like that's the case when you're playing against most supports. Right. Unless there's like a reason. Like say you're against. I'm trying to think of like a good reason. Like if you're like playing with Braum, maybe you should be next to him. But like.
Well,
Tom
even
Kench,
with Braum.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Tom Kench, yeah.
Yeah. So, but like most of the time, like when you're playing against a, you know, enemy duo, you know, you're gonna be fighting like Brand or like Thresh, and he's gonna flash play you both, or like, you don't want to be like right on top of each other unless there's like a
no, you're right.
reason.
Yeah.
Because not only that is it also lets Aphelios, if he uses ult earlier, it let him hit an ult on both of you. But it looks like he doesn't even use his ult.
No, it doesn't actually use it.
Also, a thing that I've seen Doublelift do a lot is okay. We'll get to the spot again. Is Doublelift's really good at this? He plays the outskirts of the fight. You know what I mean? Is like like he'll let the Alistar WQ. You know, he'll throw out his W probably. Then he'll throw out his auto, and then he'll just start running away. Okay. And so like that's already a good trade, and we could take that and just leave it, you know.
You're right.
And then if you're already right here, then Aphelios is like it's super hard for him to follow up on that. Okay. So.
And then Malphite needs to try and do something else.
Yeah. And so you guys could have just even got a good trade off, and then if Malphite did decide to go in, then it's like an easy win because you're by then you're already like right here, and then Aphelios has to walk even further.
And Aphelios can't. Yeah, you're right.
So that's something that like Doublelift is really good at. So if you ever have time, you know, watch some Doublelift VODs or something. He'll always like wait till like they use CC. He'll like respect their flashes really well, like all these different things. Something he's really good at. And he'll wait for his opportunity to go in instead of just like, you know, we landed the CC, let's go in. He'll like play it safe and then you know go in afterwards.
Yeah.
So looks like we probably get this pushed in. We probably lose all these. Alistair should try to freeze it if he can. He definitely can. Oh.
He farms it. He's a mid lane main. Okay, it's all right. He's not the
yeah.
usual support. He's a mid lane main. Don't blame him for it.
Yeah. It's not his fault, but like, ideally you tell him just to like hold the minions, pull them up here, and then he recalls, so then you can just set up the freeze here.
But if I listened back, I think I deleted the VOD because it was just bugging. But the image was frozen, and then I had the comms. But if I like listen back to the comms, we were probably just talking about that fight right now.
Okay, yeah.
And what went wrong, and how could we like change it.
Alright, we know TF just uses ult. So
Yep.
do you see how you don't have Alistair and then they have the wave here? That is the situation that you
so
could have
I
gotten before. So you have to back up really far. Alright.
Yeah.
You maybe could be a little bit greedy and and try to stay in this bush and get XP. But that is if they're smart, they like check you.
Wouldn't I be like just out of experience if I was in that middle bush?
It depends where. Like if a minion dies here, you're in range.
Okay.
Like if
okay.
Yeah, but like if a caster died, you'd be out of range. But like say the cannon's about to die, you're standing here, and then you walk up, and then just like E away.
Walk up. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just play for the XP. Maybe you try to W it or something. Yeah, but they
right now,
they let you get it.
Aphelios has a big lead on me.
It's actually his items even aren't that like different. Actually, look at them.
You're right.
But the XP, he's a whole level up. You're about to level 9, but I think he's gonna hit 10 soon. He's halfway to 10, so once you hit 9, you're actually in like a decent spot. You just have to watch the Malphite ult.
Yeah. Well, we actually know that Malphite is in the middle bush right now.
Yep.
So that's why I just don't want to get to that CS.
So what's something that we could have done differently here? So we're say we're scared of Malphite, all right?
I should have tried and just last hit the minions.
Yeah.
So
if we just last hit these,
to get a freeze near our turrets.
My thing just froze. Oh shoot. Okay, right here. So if we just last hit these, and I'm pretty sure the Aphelios is gonna push, then it lets us play the game. Well, and the minions are right here, and if you stand over here, if Malphite ults on you, he's in tower range, so at least like.
Yeah, and we actually have like a ward in that bush right there. Yeah. So.
But when you do things like that, you have to worry about like, can they dive me? Like if they hard shove this, like someone shows up behind them, Trundle shows up behind them, TF comes, can they dive us? TF just ulted mid, so I'd say it's like unlikely.
I don't think they could dive me right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So.
We have Alistar with all his peel and everything.
Yeah. So instead of, even if like it's just one creep here, if you just last hit that creep, the wave will meet instead of in the middle right here. The wave would have met like right here, okay?
Yeah,
because it would have tanked them for a little bit. All right, but ideally we just leave those 3 creeps and just last hit those 3 creeps. All right. I'm gonna speed through some of it. I want to get to like the mid game, so we can go over that a little bit. I might just skip, to be honest.
Well, I know there's another good play we do in bot lane somewhere.
Looks like we're still going bot, and it's 20 minutes. That's pretty crazy.
Well, I never really not understood, but I never really tried and understand why should I switch with top and why should I not?
Yeah.
For example.
I mean, I guess we could go over some of that. Looks like there's a dragon fight we can take a look at.
Oh yeah, there is. And oh yeah, there is. And we lose it because we actually made the call for our jungler to come, but our jungler went on TF.
Oh okay. Well, do you know why this? I mean, do you know why this is a hard fight though? Like besides that, this is happening. Because he never.
Well, we're getting wrapped around. Firstly.
Yeah.
I think we could have actually win the fight if Shaco was there, because he had a hold. Lissandra had a hold. I had a hold. Alistar had a hold.
So
So.
if you guys do have ultis, like you need to look to turn with them before like they like collapse on you. Because if
Mhm. Yeah,
Trundle
you're
like
right.
gets a good pillar here, then Malphite. Oh, does Malphite not have ult? I'm not sure. He might not. Okay, if Malphite doesn't have ult, then that's fine. But you're sort of being collapsed on. It says he
Mhm.
has ult, so I don't know. The spectator bug is just weird. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
He does have ult. Okay.
so right here you have to wonder like why is Malphite not ult you
Yeah,
guys? So like
we're getting
even
collapsed on
if
pretty much.
Shaco was here, like he'd be like here by now, like maybe hitting dragon. Like is this a good position? Still no, because we're sort of like
Mhm.
letting Malphite. Okay, yeah, you died. Or no, not yet. Yeah, if,
I actually do.
yeah,
Well, Aphelios flashed, but yeah.
yeah. You should have died a lot earlier. So,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I wouldn't
But
say that. I
I
wouldn't
think
even say that's Shaco's fault. It's like we're moving into dragon
no, I know
before we have the lane pushed. Okay.
the lane push and everything.
So
Yeah,
so what
but I think we
happens?
could have win it. We could have won the fight though.
In order to win, we have to
Not sure.
go in on them before they go in on us with
Mhm.
Lysandra ult. So um,
Yeah, you're right.
the best way to do that is if we push the wave first. Okay, they're not just gonna let this wave hit tower or die. Okay, what they're gonna do is
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna catch the wave, then they have to run to you guys. Okay, and then so
So
from
we could clear the Drake and then probably try and get
Mhm.
Trundle
You might
before
you might not be
the
able to
bot lane.
clear the Drake in time, but something that you can do is you could set up vision before, like, because we have more time, okay? Or like if
Mhm.
Trundle walks too far forward, we could catch Trundle because we see them on bot tower catching the wave. Um, or like, um, we instead of going for Drake, we could play for bot tower first. That's something else we could do.
Yeah.
Um, or like I'm trying to like think like you get like different angles come into play. Like if they're at this tower, right? Um,
Yeah.
then I feel like they're more likely to path this way to dragon, okay, rather than this way. All right, but since they already see you over here, um, then they know that they can just walk this way. Whereas if they like you push them in and you guys had just like sat here, like they can't walk this way if that makes sense, okay? Like
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah.
if you guys sweep this and like they or like put a control ward here, also you I don't think you bought a control ward this game yet, but that should be something these
I don't.
choices look to
I
good.
didn't. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, but if you guys have control of this push, then they have to walk this way, okay? And then they're all grouped together, and that's what you want, okay? It's just like
Mhm.
they want you to be all grouped together for Malphite ult. Like it's good if they're all grouped together for like Lysandra ult, Alistar combo, Lysandra W, all this different things, okay? All right. But so all this just comes from like pushing the wave first, then looking to make the play. All right.
Mhm. So now they actually get the
Yeah,
Drake.
yeah, they get the Drake. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit.
Red team has slain the
Yeah, yeah.
dragon.
So right here, we probably can try to look for opportunities to get this tower. They're making a play
Mhm.
top. Scared Malphite. We don't know if he has ult or not. He has his rune ends already, so you guys definitely lose these fights.
Yeah. Well, he has pretty much an item on me right now, so.
Yeah, yeah. And so this 40 CS lead has just been from when you've died many times.
Yeah, many
Um,
times over.
yeah, like that last death, and then the one before where you lost like 20 or so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we're setting up a gank. See, this is what we were talking about earlier. Like you're the ADC, you're the bait. And you did a good job here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they
Yep.
we get
Yep.
we get him.
Good job. So that was a really good job. You used your like you clearly baited that. So, but
Oh yeah.
right here, like, what are we doing now?
Oh well,
Did they need help
we go
killing
back
this
to the
ward?
turret.
Yeah, we need to get this tower as soon as we can.
Mhm.
Because we're wasting our tempo. Right now we have good tempo. Alright? We get the tower and recall fast, then we can have like even tempo with them. Because tempo's like, he's still dead, alright? And so you wanna
Yeah.
be like trying to get on the map at the same time or like to catch the wave, okay? Um,
Mhm.
otherwise you're just gonna be behind on all the plays. But it looks like we're gonna set up for a dive here. This probably works if you guys just go. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the second play I was talking about.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Nice. back up.
But I think Lissandra actually dies after because there
Oh
was no
yeah,
menu.
yeah. All right, we could definitely get the
'Cause
tower though.
she was scared of TF,
Yeah, yeah,
so she
yeah.
just
That's
wanted
fine.
to get away, but she didn't
Ideally,
know.
ideally, obviously, you could tank the tower there if you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's still hard. But it was still a good play. We got the tower. You have to imagine
And we got 2
Aphelios.
kills.
Aphelios is probably like over here by now. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, there he is.
Well, he's right there.
So he might even be able to get your tower if he has a lot of chakra ammo. Looks like he just swapped actually, but.
Yeah, I think he just swapped. I think he has
Yeah.
the flame thing and
Alright.
lifesteal.
There's the TFU's ulti. Alright. Here's a time where you could argue. I think personally in like a higher elo game,
Yeah.
the bot lane would definitely be going mid right here, and that's the case
And
because
mid lane would be going by.
mid lane would be going by because she has TP up. Okay. Um, and then
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, so that's just a little bit of a thing. But if Lissandra's like dead set on going mid, don't go mid, okay? Because then you're splitting XP, you're splitting farm. It's all bad, okay?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but it's like you were gold last season, right? Or platinum?
Yeah, I was gold
Gold.
last
Okay.
season.
So people at gold might not you know like go to the right lanes. So like it's your duty to like at least like understand that they're like they won't know exactly what to do and what's best for everyone,
Yeah.
and that you should like work with your team and not like just like I should be going mid right now and then only stay mid and then
Yeah, for sure.
and then you guys lose creeps bottom. Um, but right here is also a situation where Alistar could just be mid and you can just be bottom. Um,
Yeah, because there's no threat
yeah,
like
there's
in
no
bot
threat.
lane, so.
We just saw them top side. TF has no ulti. We should be looking mid while we're doing this. Alright. What could we get here? Okay, we get the kill, I guess. Maybe we don't.
No, I
Maybe
think
we
we
do.
don't.
Oh,
I
so
think we
close.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aphelios is coming. Alright. We maybe could have killed him, honestly. but it looks like we're just gonna prep for the dragon, which I think is also
Yeah,
fun to
exactly.
say. So ideally, what do you guys split up here? What do you guys bot? What do you guys mid? And you start getting the waves pushing.
Yeah, the wave pushed in, so we have
So yeah, prio for the
we have
dragon.
prior for dragon and
Yeah.
getting vision.
So obviously Alistar's making some weird play top lane. The dragon's coming up, but that's okay. We could still do our best here.
He has Swifties. He can come back.
Yeah, he can run back.
anyways.
But also he has no ward, so.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually tell me the exact timer on the dragon. But something that you could have done with this wave is so with the waves right here, you're feeling pretty safe, right? Like you're not too worried, okay?
Yeah.
But when the waves up here, like when they can run through this area after Lissandra leaves, like then it's pretty scary, right? All right. Does that make sense? All right.
Yeah, it
these
does,
minions
it
are
does.
like weird on this pause, but yeah, I don't know what's happening. Anyways,
hell?
so if we just last hit these creeps, okay? We're not trying to freeze or anything. But we want to be able to get this next wave, okay? All right. So
Yeah.
here's an opportunity where if we just last hit, the next wave comes in and meets right here, okay? And then we could clear this. We could hard shove this next
And
wave.
then we still have a good push after.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So if we have the minions just meet right here, okay, instead of up here, we can push this next wave a lot safer, okay? Because like now it's a little bit risky. All right. Does that make sense? That's
Yeah,
like
it does.
that's a very very like important mid game like ADC picking up farm thing. Okay. If like there's another wave coming and you think that you can't get this next wave, you should just last hit the current wave, okay? So that the next wave comes and you get both of them, okay? Because
Yeah.
ADCs are really vulnerable to like if you're in the side lane, you're vulnerable to like all the assassins like Zed, Kiana, like you've
Or even
probably had your
Malphite.
even the Malphite support. So like if you keep the wave in a good spot that you're safe, then you're gonna be able to pick up more farm, okay?
Yeah.
So like I really want you to understand that concept for like mid game picking up CS because
Hmm.
people in Diamond don't even do it sometimes. So it is like really good
All
because
right, perfect.
it's not necessarily freezing. She's dead. Okay, it's not necessarily
Yeah,
freezing
yeah.
because you're gonna push it eventually, but it's like allowing you to get more farm.
Hmm.
All right. Da, 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 da. Okay. So now we're 45, but we have Lissandra TP in 25, so we should just look to stall. They have Nar
And
TP.
we have Timo with
Shrooms
3
too.
kills too.
Okay.
And
Then
a big CS lead.
yeah. So something to keep in mind when you're playing against, Nar is you could look top and see his energy or whatever, his rage, right?
Hmm.
Because you could probably get a look to TP when he has full rage or if he's about to hit full
Yeah,
rage.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So he has his ult
yeah,
right when he comes.
yeah. Uh, but that could be the like case for like a lot of different champions, and not only just like their
Yeah, yeah.
energy, but they're gonna look to try to push the wave first, and then like look to TP. So, even if it's
Would
like an
Renekton be
Irelia.
one of them, for example?
Yeah, well, I mean, like ideally, like every top laner, or like think about if you were the top laner, you'd always want to push this wave first and then recall because
Yeah.
you want the wave to push back eventually, which we can go over in a second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and
Wave management in top lane
yeah,
is like
yeah,
the most important
yeah,
aspect.
yeah. So now Nar's gonna look to TP. I mean, he's gonna hit the turret and then like TP whenever like there's a time.
But I actually think like we made the call to wait for Lissandra because she had
Yep.
TP.
Good. Yep. Right here, you're being a little bit ambitious. Like Malphite could literally
Yeah.
be right here.
You're right.
And he could literally just kill you unless you're like ready to react. But now we see him like Trundle and TF were there. Imagine if Malphite was there, they literally could have just killed you
Yeah.
then. So, and I think that would have been good for them to go in there. All right. Looks like you guys will get the dragon.
Yep.
I don't even think they should. The Nar sort of needs to TP now if they wanted to fight. So, nice.
Well, you destroyed the turret,
Yeah.
and then Trundle just went
Yeah. Oh my
up.
god. Oh wait, does Malphite not have
then-
ult? Oh, he doesn't have ult. I didn't know that. Maybe you guys do that.
And then we get both of them.
So yeah, Malphite didn't have ulti, so maybe positioning up there wasn't as bad.
Oh yeah, I think we get
Kill Aphelios.
ace there.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, this game should be easy now.
Mhm.
Alright, so if you pause the game, you should figure out like what should you do here.
Well,
Okay.
we just pushed the wave bot, so
Okay.
because they're all that, I could probably push the next one
Okay.
and
well,
then back.
does Timo need your help? Alright,
No problem. I should probably back and then go top.
We talked about this
Because the wave is
earlier.
crashing.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Is like we don't want to share XP and farm, especially with like Lissandra
Yeah,
and
right.
Timo. And so like I mean, ideally, like whoever has the whoever needs this next money to get the item, looks like you could already buy your IE. So maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Timo get this is good, and then he's closer to 16, which is a big spike. Something that you could do here is do Krugs, do red, and then
Yeah.
maybe Raptors, but if Shaco's going to them, maybe just give them. And then recall, go top, start getting tempo for the tower, and then setting up for Baron.
For the tower, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, right.
And then like you
We
could buy
already
your
have
items.
two
Yeah.
wards on
So,
Baron,
no,
so that's
the worst thing that you could do is stay here and farm with Timo. So
Mhm.
let's hope you don't do that.
well, I think I do.
I mean, another play that you could do is if you know their blue's coming up, is you could take their blue.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
that'll deny them. Because they're not going to take your Krugs or your Raptors. So taking their
No,
blue would
'cause
also
we have-
be really good. Yeah, they'd have to
Yeah.
run all the way over here to take it. So you'd be denying
Oh,
them
but
all.
I think we actually made the call to try and get some damage on the turret. So that's
Okay.
why we pushed
But
it.
Tima's recalling.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why. Because we could have get the turret if Timo was
Yeah.
there.
but regardless, like we're gonna be like I've said this word a lot, but like we're gonna be behind on tempo now. We could have just got the blue probably, or like done our jungle
Yeah,
camps
you're right.
and backed. But now it looks like even though we're winning, we're up 5k gold. We're losing actually in this moment. Does that make sense?
Because we don't have the tempo right
Yeah,
now.
we haven't spent our money. We don't have the tempo. Like, this is their time to make picks, but we could have just denied this opportunity for them.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. And so now we're gonna stay with all our money. Now you're probably gonna die. Malphite's gonna ult you. No, okay. We're gonna live.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm good.
I feel like there is a world you might die there, but
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
But I don't think I do.
yeah. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I think if you do go for the tower, like you just have to run really fast and just hope they don't like rush Baron or something, and that Teemo can stop it. But like Teemo would have to help you get the tower. But you get it regardless, so works out. But like, what would happen if TF ulted bot instead of to kill Lissandra? Like, you guys probably
Well, we
would
would have died.
Yeah, so there's all these different things that could have happened. Whereas like the more consistent play is probably just to take their blue and then recall, or take Krugs in red and recall.
Yeah, you're right.
Um,
Would have been less risky than
Yeah.
what we did.
yeah. So right here, you should be looking to just be mid or top, preferably mid, because you'll be safer that way, and then having someone else push out the bot lane. But it's your top laner doesn't have TP, so it's only Lissandra can go bot when she has TP. If you're afraid of them doing dragon, or I mean Baron. Right here, looks like we're gonna like look for a play top.
We could have pushed.
Yeah, we could have pushed mid, but if we think there's gonna be a fight, I think it's okay to run there.
Yeah.
But since you're not pushing mid, they like if you're against better players, they know that you're running top, so they're not playing this far up. Okay, so
Yeah, you're right.
just keep that in mind.
Not flash.
Just keep that in mind that we like we sort of just like went to go share farm, okay? When we could have got our own farm mid.
You're right.
But because I feel like this play was like a low chance of working out, and they would get out fine without you. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright.
Do you think the X drink you buy there was a good choice?
Yeah, I like it.
Because I bought it because of Malphite and.
I think QSS is just as good though, because against TF.
Yeah, because of gold card.
Yeah,
you're
gold
right.
card as well as it gives you the magic resist. But do you know the QSS like knock-up trick that you can do?
Oh yeah, you can actually when you're knocked up, you can QSS and then flash or heal or.
Yeah, you could QSS E as Lucian. So if Malphite hits you,
real?
yeah, you could use any ability after you QSS. So you could QSS E. So like let's say Malphite ults you, you could QSS and then E away like to here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But like Hex Trigger is also a good item. I think both make sense. Oh.
Yeah, I misclicked on my thing there.
Dragon's gonna come up. Alistair, like, if you guys need to recall, you should recall now. Like, Alistair should probably recall to get his wards. Ideally, I don't know if you bought any control wards yet, but like those are really important for setting up objectives.
Didn't.
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
Like this would have been a good time to go buy a control ward, and like this would be a time that Alistair would want to reset too.
That was a bad fight from us.
Yeah, but looks like they use Malphite ult and TF ult, so you could probably still get this. Okay, this Gnar is gonna take a lot of damage. Watch his ult. Ooh. Okay. We sort of went into where he was, and there was a wall, so just be careful of that.
Yeah, you're right.
But he jumped forward, so it ended up being okay. Nice. And you guys just won this. So like their main condition for winning a fight is like Malphite ulting and like getting a good Gnarl and TF catching someone with gold card. They didn't have any of that, so that's why it was so easy for you guys. It looks like you guys just like get dragon and then win later on. But I wanted to go over like a simple thing and then we'll be done.
All right, perfect.
Come on, load. My League client. Lovely. I think it's like about to crash. Okay.
League client like these days are or something, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're part of the league partner program?
No, I'm a
No.
part of a collegiate team, and they give everyone
Oh.
uh,
Oh, that's
that's
nice.
in collegiate. They give them all the
Oh, that's nice.
whatever. They give you all the champions, not all the skins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they gave you all
Well,
the
it's.
skins.
I mean, it's still something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Too bad I already have all
it's
the
still a lot.
champions.
I mean, I just got all the champions like
Okay.
this week. So
Congratulations. We're
thanks.
playing Aftershock Illusion this game. Highly recommend
Yes.
it.
Highly recommend. Would proc aftershock ever.
Yeah. I think you should try. Oh wait, it swaps to grasp. I guess since I have no CC. Dang it.
Oh, that's something that is great though. Like I didn't know it does this.
Yeah. And if you take like, there's some runes where if like mana flow ban, if you take it on like an energy champ, it like swaps to a different rune. So it says
Yeah.
Aftershock has been exchanged to
'Cause
grasp.
I mean, if you forgot about your runes, I mean, yeah, grasp is still something that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
least it's better than nothing.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Summoner's Rift.
All right, so what I'm gonna explain here is like why,
Minions have
like let's
spawned.
watch like why is it good to push the wave to tower first, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand this. All right, so I'm gonna push this wave, all right, and say we were building a slow push, and why it's good to slow push, then you recall and like get it in a tower, then recall, okay? So we're gonna do
Okay, yeah.
exactly that. All right, so
Do you think like the first wave is important to just hard push? Not hard push, but like
you wanna get the lead if you can, but you don't want to hard push because you want to use your level 2
okay.
lead. All right, so I'm gonna miss one, maybe. Yeah, I'll miss one. Anyways, regardless, we're gonna slow push this. I'm not even gonna last hit now. Um, and then so now it's gonna slow push because we have a health lead on these minions, and then now we have a minion lead. All right.
Oh, you don't even want to um to last hit those minions?
Oh well, I'm gonna show you what happens to the wave.
Oh,
Alright.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously I would want to last hit these if this is a real game. All right. But also my FPS is really low because I am also like streaming and recording.
Yeah.
And I upload my sessions on YouTube unlisted if you want. If
Oh,
not, I will.
nice.
Either way. So like let's say we want to get a recall right now, okay? So we want to shove this wave. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're just trying to shove it as fast as we can. We're using our spells to,
I rarely use my E on wave clear or even
Yeah,
towers because
yeah.
I prefer to keep it for safety.
All right. So now
Yeah.
we push the I agree. That's generally what you do.
Okay.
So we push the wave. See how these minions get caught, okay? Like
Yeah.
the red minions are caught at the tower, okay? We're gonna recall, we're gonna buy our items, we're gonna buy boots or something, okay?
Yeah.
And then we're running back to lane, okay? All right. So let's watch what happens to the wave. So we're gonna lose like these first two melees right here. All right, maybe the third melee too. But notice how their next wave is gonna get here and like get caught as well, and provide reinforcements faster, right? All right. So now it's slow pushing back into you. All right.
Okay, yeah.
So
that was like the perfect recall.
Yeah, so this was a perfect recall, all right? And then so I'm back, I'm catching more than like they would be able to catch, It's like say if we were
Yeah,
both
you're
in this
right.
lane, they'd only get 6, I'd get like 9 or whatever this is. Then
Mhm.
if I'm stronger and like let's say they didn't recall, look, I could just like set up a freeze. Look, I just last hit these, I thin it out a little bit, hit some
Yeah.
minions, get them a little bit low so they're easier to hit. Right here.
And then you just set up a freeze right there.
Yeah, like let's say I have Alistar over here, and then like we can like sort of like start to pressure forward if we have an item lead. Okay. I'm missing
Alright.
all the creeps. And then so like if we just keep the wave here, it also like sets up for a gank. All these different things on why it's like good to push before you recall. And so then if someone stops you from getting the push, it can like sort of affect you negatively. But yeah. And from here, like unless they like super hard shove, like you can keep the wave here if you have good tempo. Alright.
Yeah.
But like obviously, like let's say like your Blitzcrank misses a hook or something, then they can just clear this because you have no pressure. But like it's all about like creating that opportunity. Like say if Blitzcrank does hit the hook, then and like your jungler's here because it's a good wave, then like it's a free
Yeah,
kill.
yeah.
Then you can hard shove after that and get another recall. All right,
All right.
all right. And that's what I want to show you. And then yeah, I mean make sure that was that one play you can have your champion target only. Do you have it on toggle?
I have. I do. It's
Okay, yeah. You can just put it on toggle like that. Yeah. But you said you already had that. So
I don't really use it, but I know I
yeah,
have it.
yeah.
Like,
It's something to practice. All right.
mhm.
It's especially good. Yeah, I saw you play some Caitlyn. Like, do you ever have problems like
Yeah,
when you trap right here and then clicking them? Do you ever trap right here?
yeah, I do. I do
Yeah.
trap there,
Do
and then if it's the opposite, I trap like behind the turret.
yeah.
Like,
Right here. Or I can't ping it, but like
yeah,
behind.
yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Um, but like, do you ever have a hard time like clicking them whenever like or a clicking them at
I
all?
usually don't,
Okay. Well,
to be
something that you could
honest.
do is you could turn on shape your target only and click them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But I know that sometimes, like, for example, I miss like one or two auto attacks because I want to get them, but the turret's hitbox is so huge that.
yeah. So that would be a good time to use target champion only. Uh,
All right.
yeah. Um, but that's about all I got. Hopefully you
Well,
learned
thanks,
something.
man.
I'd say the
Oh
biggest
yeah.
thing that you can work on is like your recalls and like making sure you don't lose too much tempo. Because keep in mind plates are only
Mhm.
120 gold now. They're
Yeah,
very
you're right.
yeah, and they're harder to
Because
take
before
from
they
last
were like
season.
they were kills, so
They buffed the MR and armor on them, and
yeah,
they made them worthless. So they're really hard to take. And usually it's just gonna be better just to get your recall faster rather than get caught out or like get stuck in lane. Um, but yeah, um, I'd say and then like the recall thing, um, and then the like whenever you're winning a fight, we don't want to click back. We want to click forward,
yeah,
right?
you're right. Click
Um,
forward and then be like the bait.
yeah, and like we don't always have to bait, but like
Yeah, yeah,
be like if you're gonna win the fight, like you want to be walking in so that you can get as much as you can. All right.
you're right.
Unless there's like a reason, like maybe like the jungler's gonna come or the mid laner's gonna come, but have a reason like if we're winning like the fight currently, like is there a reason I should back up now? Like maybe. Okay. I think those are like the three things that you can improve on a lot. And then obviously buy control wards. I don't know if we ever saw
Yeah.
you buy one. Like
Not in
I
that
literally can't
recent
understate
game.
how important they are. Like
Yeah, yeah,
especially during lane phase, like they make you feel so much safer, and um, especially if you're winning, they're even better when you're winning because
yeah.
you can control them and keep them alive longer
And
and deny
you
vision.
deny the vision.
Yeah. So um, yeah, even like putting them in lane like against Malphite, like it would not be like a bad like idea, like because
Yeah,
say he
yeah.
tries to clear it, you can go in for some poke on him or something. Okay. But yeah, that's all I got. So,
Well,
um,
thanks, man. It
yeah, no
was
problem.
really, 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 really nice.